If you are a front-end engineer that's using state management in your app and you are always going for libraries like Redux or React Context to do it, then this video is for you. Because today you will have a different perspective of this. I always believe that state management is something very simple to do without any library. Yes, Redux is great, but for a massive apps, most of times I have seen Redux getting used where you actually don't need Redux. You can write a very simple code for your state management that can do what you need from Redux because you are not actually using the capabilities of it. So to prove my theory, I'm going today to do something crazy, which is do a state management in a place where you never expected, inside Unreal Engine. So I will show you today how you can apply concept of state management anywhere, not only on JavaScript, not only in React or Angular. It can be applied anywhere. So let's dig into a very nice scene in Unreal Engine and see how we can apply state management here. Here we have this scene in Unreal Engine, and we have these donuts on the floor. You can see, and you have this text here, and we have this gate. We need to make a logic that when you pick up 5 donuts, this gets open. And at the same time, this text should be updated every time a donut is picked up to show you the count of donuts you already taken here. Now, the obvious thing is to make it without a state management, of course, in a game engine, but you will end up with donut, text, and gate has dependency on each other. So, if you remove one, you have too much refactoring to do. We will do something different today, take the state management concept, apply it here, and see how we can make it without having dependencies on each other. So let's at first show you the game. There are things already programmed, like you can already pick up the donuts, but nothing happens, but they just disappear. This is already programmed. There is an event in the gate already programmed to open the gate. And there is a function also to update the text. So all these things are programmed. We just will focus on doing the state management here. First thing, we will create an actor, which is a class will be your front-end code, and I will name it state service. The main thing of state management, you have this class, you have only one instance for it in your game. So you can drag and drop it here, you don't put any other instance. And maybe you will do a singleton class for this. The second concept is anything you define in this class should be private. No one should be able to access it directly or modify it directly. You should have getters and setters for this. Plus, you need anytime something is updated here, other classes to be notified about it. So let's set up this easily. Other than the class, I prefer to have one enum. You will know why we need it in a minute. I will go create from here. New friends enum for limit state keys. And here we will create a value named donuts count. That's our enum. Now this is our state service. I will define a variable called donuts count, and we will make it integer. Of course, the default is 0. We don't want to change this. Now I will go make this one private, so no one can access this variable by itself, because when you do state management, it's very important. You always return clone of the state, not return the state itself, because in languages like JavaScript, if you return the state directly, it can be mutated because everything passed by reference. You need to make sure you are only giving a copy of the data. So to do an Unreal Engine, because Unreal Engine is using types and it's type safe, I cannot make it just one event to set any state key we have. I will make separate getters and setters for every variable we have. Maybe it's my limited knowledge in Unreal Engine, maybe there is a better way to do it, but just here I will show you the concept today. So I will make getters and setters for every variable we have, but if someone is professional enough in Unreal Engine can show us a different way, maybe you can write it down in the comments and teach me a better way to do this. So let's go and create two functions here. First function, name it get donuts count. So it will return an integer of donuts count, and we'll put it here. This will return our value. I'll create another function, set donuts count. And this one, we take an input of donuts count. We'll do set for this here. Now we said we need, whenever something updates, we need to get notified. So I'll declare an event, and we'll name it on state changed, and we'll give it an input of type state key, and we'll name it here state key. So here we'll make call to this event and put the state key donuts count. So whenever something updates, this event is called. Now, events in Unreal Engine is just like publisher-subscriber pattern. You can use many libraries in JavaScript. You can do it from scratch. It's a very easy thing to apply. So here in Unreal Engine, we have these events that can apply the publisher-subscriber pattern for us. So now we'll have this set up. Our state is done. Now we are ready to use it. Now, we'll see in a minute. The first thing we need is go to the donuts, with the donut class. When we start, at first, we need to make git class state service. This will get a reference for our state service, like getting an instance of your singleton class. Always are prepared to promote a variable in state service. And then what we need to do, we need to do multiple things. So when we have this event, when you pick up the donut, we will go here and do state service. First, we need to do get donuts to get the current donuts, and then we will do set donuts to update the donuts. And here we will do this one +1. So anytime you step on a donut, it will update this number. And this is the whole logic we need in the donuts class. Now, if we run it, nothing will happen because we need a place to show this count. How we will put this place? Easily. We will go to our display class, which is a text on the game. And here, we will do something similar. We get factor of class state service. Sorry, I should use the factor, not the factors. And we promote this to a variable state service. So this is a step you need to do in every element you have in the game to interact with the service. But the good thing, now your service is the only dependency for all of these components. They are not dependent on each other. Now the text is not dependent on the donuts. So if we replace the donuts with something else, we don't need to refactor the text. We only refactor the new class we just added. So after this, it's very good practice to get the initial value of the state and update the text, because maybe we are loading a saved game or you are creating the state from previous session and you need the changes in it to reflect directly. So we'll go here, say get donuts, and we will go call the set text event with these donuts. Okay, nice. What we will do next, what I'd like to do is we can make here a sequence. So it's just like you are doing this code, then this code in a more organized way. So we'll go listen to on state changed. Find event on state changed here. We'll go here, add a listener to this event. So state key. Say if the state key is equal donuts count, go to a branch which is an if statement. True. I'll just do the same logic here. So now I'm saying when you start the game, you get the kind of donuts, update the text, and at the same time you listen to on state change. Whenever it happens, I check if the changed key is donuts count. I apply the same logic again, which is get the donuts from the state, update the text. And let's see the impact of this. Now, you can see it takes out by 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. This happened without any direct interaction between text and donut, and they are not dependent on each other at all. They are both talking with the state service, and that's it. So now let's apply the same concept for the get. We can go to our get now here. We can go same thing, get factor of the class. You know, I'm just a lazy person, but I can copy paste things. So I'll go to my display. I will just copy this. Do nothing. I don't have this event. Okay. Bind. Okay. Let's promote a variable. State service. We put the sequence. We put this here. We put this here. So now we have this. We have the same thing. But we don't have anything. So I will just add one extra thing here. A boolean is opened. By default is false, and here I will do set is open to true when the get is opened. So here when you get the do not count, we'll make this one greater than or equal 5. We'll make and not is opened. So I'll say if we are greater than 5 and not is opened, we'll do simply a branch here like this, and we will call open get event. So what we are doing here, get a state service, put it in a variable as before. Now, when the game starts or when the do not count, listen at both of them, we will get do not count. If we have more than, like we have greater than or equal 5 donuts and the gate is not opened yet, go for the open get event. Let's try it in action. 1, 2, 3. Where is number 3? Number 3, 4. And now we'll take number 5. Here is 5, the gate is open, and it's done. So as you see, that's very simple way to implement state management, even in something away from JavaScript, away from front end. It's just anywhere you can apply this concept. All you need is singleton class, state that no one can mutate except the functions you define, and a publisher subscriber pattern that when something is changed in your state, people can listen and see what's going on and get the latest values from it. It's that easy. So I'm not telling you stop using Redux, stop using context. I just want you to know you don't need them. Maybe you are using them in projects where you don't actually need them. You can build such code in 5 minutes and use it. And yes, I have built too many production apps having state management without using Redux or context or anything. A class that I create in 5 minutes. Let me know in your comments what's your opinion about this, and if you are willing to take this perspective a little bit and rethink your state management.